go, baby. We back. We back on, baby. We back on. So, boom. Y'all see the title of the video I'm already got coming. You did? The U.S. just fucked with Venezuela. Like, now it's hands on feet. Now it's, hands and feet. At first, it was killing civilians in the fucking boats. They claimed that was drug boats. What the fuck? And then the funny thing is there's reports that where the civilians in the area are like, yo, I'm scared as fuck to come outside because you go outside just to go fish for your people. What if fishing is your business? You go outside just to go get some shit going for your business that you need. The essential component of your business, right? You can't go ship. You can't go on the sea, I mean. You finna get shot down by the U.S. No justice served. None of that. You not even finna get a sorry. None of that. The shit is crazy. So it seems like they took it a step further. What I told y'all, I was telling folks for a minute all through my social medias, I'm like, yo, it's for oil. These guys are in front of oil, rob these guys. What they just did. Come see. Shit. Hey, welcome to the channel. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, stay dangerous, you dig? So we staying dangerous because, you can't stay dangerous if you ain't got no danger on you. And what is this danger? This knowledge, this information. I told y'all. Y'all got to stop watching local fucking news. That shit is is word salad, okay? Local news is word salad. Simple as that. And what is word salad? Word salad, you just throw a bunch of words around. Like, essentially the component requires blah 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 blah. There's a bunch of jargon and bullshit. Like, you not really being straight to the point. You're out here covering shit up. Word salad. Fluff is what I call it, but another term is word salad. Alright, so let's get to it.
Back again. Once you are back like this, you know what to do. Hit the like button and subscribe to be part of the family. Many of you are watching me. Every time you come here, if you don't update, you refuse to subscribe. So I'm pleading with you, try and subscribe and be part of the family. Also put us on notifications so that when we drop it, you have access to it. Family, today is banter. You see, let me play this video as we move forward. This video you are seeing is a freshly released footage of the United States, how they went in off the coast of Venezuela and then they seized the tanker. They use the word seize. That is the word they use. Seize the tanker. They're not TFAM. They're not. This is not an act of piracy. No. It is not armed robbery. Them seize. In the media space, that's what is there. They seize them. Let me tell you something before we get into the details. Why this particular oil tanker, this particular one, that they went in Rambo style, they went in with helicopter and, they descended and it wasn't easy. Rambo style, it was one movie right here. Netflix season 2, I'm telling you, my brothers and sisters. So, why this particular...
Y'all see that? You dig what I'm saying? You see that? Jumping from the aircraft. Yes, helicopter, aircraft, all this shit the same. Anyways, aircraft, boom. Jumping from the aircraft onto the tanker with guns. Like, bro, what the fuck? There's guns on the fucking helicopter. What the fuck? Y'all see that drone right here? Oh my goodness. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, this shit is crazy. I was just talking to a coworker. She's talking about, you see how the current climate is going in the country. I'm telling you, y'all gotta watch international news. Look, and I'm gonna bring it to y'all, so y'all gotta watch me. I'm gonna get this jaw to y'all shit. But look, so she's like, the way that the whole country is going in terms of what's going on in politics, what's going on with these new policies Trump is doing, what Trump is saying. Look, a degree is needed, not just for a job. If you got to relocate to another country, you need a fucking degree. That is facts. That is facts. In this day and age, at this current moment in time, a degree is needed. If you already now, just go over to WGU and get you a degree. Tech is it. Cybersecurity is buzzing, but what's buzzing even more than cybersecurity that's needed for cybersecurity? Network engineering. Yes, you heard right. Network engineering. You learn how to network engineer. Cybersecurity is just the back end. You just learned the front end. So when everybody's trying to buzz over to the back end, who finna do the front end work? Okay, then you dig what I'm saying. Also, if y'all should go. Speaking of fucking cybersecurity and all that shit, I just copped this book right here. You did? Let me see this joint in camera. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta cop this joint with me, man. So like, I copped this shit right here. Let me show y'all can see this. You did? Oh my gosh, I got so ecstatic. Like, man, what? I saw this shit. I said, yup. Like, I was jumping. Fresh. I keep the books fresh. What? I still ain't finished reading. This though. You know how to get in the little leather case though. A coworker recommended this book to me, so I had to cop this. You dig? But y'all look, y'all see what the fuck is going on? Like y'all really see what the fuck is going on? A degree is important. Get that shit. Like that whole rhetoric. You don't need a degree. I said, man, y'all fell for that. The same people that enslaved you put all this shit in. Fuck. They made education. Education used to be free, cheap as fuck. They made it expensive. You know who? Ronald the Devil Reagan. You dig? I'm telling y'all, man. He said too many people are becoming woke. Hell no. And they scared that when we, but luckily, you know, shout out black ladies, yo. Y'all did y'all days. Y'all said, man, y'all finna try. That shit finna fail. Anyways, so boom. We gonna continue seeing with my guy, what's his name again? Survivors Media TV or Survivors TV has to say. So let's keep going, man.
Skyper, why this particular ship carrying 1.8 million barrels of crude oil? Why this particular one? So I'll get to the details of the conversation, the problem the United States is facing, and how they are handling it through these actions. You will understand. Those of you who know watch the video to the end there, sorry for you. You will miss a lot. Beautiful. This is what happened. You see, in this world, one of the things you need, actually, what you need so that people can respect you, nobody can bully you, nobody can work on your right, is for you to have a strong military presence. Nobody will bully you. I'm telling you the truth. Not even a single soul in this world will bully you. Now, this is the update. The United States sees a large oil tanker identified as the Skyper off the coast of Venezuela on December 10th, 2025. This was confirmed by the President Donald Trump and U.S. officials. The U.S. forces, including the Coast Guard, supported by other agencies, boarded the vessel using helicopters in what was described as a planned enforcement action. So they sat together and then they planned it and went in and then executed the plan. The tanker was loaded with Venezuelan crude oil around 1.8 million barrels and was heading out of Venezuelan waters when it was intercepted just before a federal warrant expired. See, particular oil tanker is very, very important. So hold that one, okay? Hold it aside. Let's move forward. I will gist you, you understand? Beautiful. This is the position of the U.S. government. Why they seized the tanker? The United States says it seized the tanker because it was sanctioned and allegedly part of an illicit shipping network transporting Venezuelan and Iranian oil in violation of U.S. sanctions. We'll get that to understand this sanction policy and how it's working, okay?
That's so crazy. Like, it's Venezuela. Like, is they even part of the U.S.? You dig what I'm saying? Like, if they want to trade with Iran, ain't China trading with Iran? Ain't Russia trading with Iran? The U.S. sanctions Russia but buys oil from Russia. We just found out. Oh my gosh. I'm finna probably put the clip right here too. Bow.
And have already mentioned this publicly once. The US itself still buys nuclear fuel from us for its own nuclear power plants. That is also fuel, uranium for the reactors operating in the United States. If the US has the right to buy our fuel, why shouldn't India have the same privilege?
Ooh, bow. You dig? Like, what? The U.S. buys oil from Russia that is sanctioned and Europe sanctioned. Like, and now they're mad that Venezuela is selling its own oil? That's fucking insane.
The White House officials stated they intend to take possession of the oil on board under US law. Though legal processes for oil forfeiture are ongoing, additional sanctions were also announced against Maduro family members and shipping companies linked to Venezuela oil transport. So any shipping company that want to deal with Venezuela, the United States, they will impose sanction on you and punish you with law. This is what the United States president said. Let's listen to that one quickly and we move forward.
As you probably know, we've just seized a tanker.
I be having some crazy off the walls ideas, you know, especially when you Zod up, you dig? Yo, what if like Russia or China? No, you can't do that because that'll be like some war shit. Because why your army in my land? But shit, that shit is crazy. Like, they really just seen the shit broad day. What's that one broad daylight? They just, I think it's a Herb lyric. Let it squeeze broad daylight. I forgot the song, but that's the bar. Yeah. I think it stayed dangerous. Yeah, I think that's the song. But anyways, back to what I'm saying. So look, dog, with the helicopters, like, I thought we at war with Venezuela for drug shipments. What does this got to do with drug shipment? They're shipping oil. Like, I'm telling you, the more I watch this politics shit, it's like, bro, you got to get your degree. I'm telling y'all, man. But let's get to it.
On the coast of Venezuela, a large tanker, very large. Largest one ever seized, actually. And other things are happening.
And he bragging too. Like, what the fuck? Like, dog, you look at history, I'm telling you, they like real shit, you look at history, think of all the wars. World War I's not included. That was a group war. You know what I'm saying? We went to war with Venezuela. We lost. We went to war in Afghanistan. We lost. We went to war, what else again? What's another one? Went to war again. Went to war with the Indians. We lost. We went to war with the Indians. This is when we first get in the land. We went to war with the fucking Indians, you dig? And then we signed peace treaties and backdoored the peace treaties. Like, that's not a war. That's cheating. That's like you like, all right, bro, you took a L. You about to do is about to help you get up. As soon as you help you get up, you take the knife on some cheating shit. Like, it's crazy, but like, that shit's crazy.
So you'll be seeing that later, and you'll be talking about that later with some other people.
Explain a little more about this Venezuelan oil tanker.
Well, I'll let the people do it, but you see the result, and I guess they probably have released the pictures by now or pretty soon. You'll discuss that with the appropriate people later on, but no, it was seized for a very good reason. We're interested in the seizure.
They seized the oil tanker. Like, any person with a ration in their brain, I said a ration, they have rationale. You dig? Yo, why are you seizing an oil tanker? That's insane work. That's insane work. Why would you want to seize an oil tanker? I think it was OpenAI that's building a database. I don't know if it's Venezuela or Brazil, but I know it's one of these Latin countries. But yeah, like, I think it's Venezuela or something, or Argentina, one of those places. Anyways, but yeah. So it's like, why would you not want to build relations with it's like, I don't get, man. This shit reminds me, if you look at Roman history, when what's that emperor name? I think it was Nero, or the hell this shit was, that crazy ass emperor that they accused of causing the downfall of the civilization of Rome. You dig what I'm saying? So shit, I mean, just like it. But like, what's his name said? Was it Malcolm? I think it was Malcolm that said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that they're only gonna get more racist. Like, And we see now how it is. Like, it's crazy. We backdoor a peace treaty, killed them. I shouldn't even tell you about Texas. I was just watching a video today. I found out the history of Texas. It's fucking crazy. Like, the Mexicans came in. I forgot the fort's name. I think it's Armadillo, wherever it is. Yo, they beat the shit out of them. You dig what I'm saying? The Mexicans was not playing, right? We said, okay. The United States, because the United States and Texas were not, there was two different places. The United States sent their troops to Texas. And then, they just overtook that joint. But, damn. That shit crazy. But let's keep going.
This tanker. Well, what happens to the oil on that ship?
Well, we keep it, I guess.
Okay, the United States president said they seized it for a very good reason. And they asked, how about the oil? The oil, they are going to seize the oil too. Is it about the oil or is it about sanction? Let's move forward. Venezuela replied in a way. This is how Venezuela reacted. Venezuela's government has blasted the actions as international piracy and theft, accusing the U.S. of violating sovereignty and trying to seize.
I had to pause in this pomade. Y'all see though, like that joint's crazy. Dog, sovereignty. Like, that's the word that stuck out. I had to pause. Sovereignty. I don't know why the fuck. If this was Russia, what would Russia have done? If this was Russia, what would Russia have done? That is the question I want to know. If this is China or Russia, what the fuck would have happened?
The nation's natural resources. Venezuela is pursuing diplomatic and legal avenues, denouncing the seizure at international forums and reinforcing its stance that the move lacked legitimate basis. If this were to be something that happened in Yemen, this is how it will be published. Houthi attack US ship. No, let me add the rest one. Iran-backed rebel group claim fourth attack on US ship. Yemen Houthis launch fresh attack on US carrier. Yemen Houthis attack on cargo ship, apparent war crimes. Houthis attack merchants. This is how the narrative will be. But when it is the United States, they use the word seized. You carry helicopter, go hijack somebody's oil tanker.
Hearing this reminds me of what Spike Lee was talking about in terms of media narrative. And he got some pushback. He dropped a movie, I think it was in Bamboozled. Yeah, go watch that movie, Bamboozled, by Spike Lee. He was talking about media narrative, and I was seeing that video last month or 2 months ago. And it just came right back in my head. But y'all see, man, that's insane. That's actually insane. People still don't understand that. People still get psyched out by what the media says. I'm like, better start doing your own research, man.
You see that? Your own? Now your own? The US says, somebody's oil tanker. You go see somebody's own resources. Now, let's explain. Since they said it is part of their way of enforcing sanctions law, then let's understand how the sanction work. Then we move from there to understand why that particular oil tanker. Now, this is it. If you have not liked the video by now, it will not help us. So hit the like button and subscribe. Beautiful. The U.S. sanctions on Venezuela oil are part of Washington's effort to pressure President Nicolas Maduro's government. Why are they giving this man pressure? You see, the moment you want to say sovereignty, you want to control your resources, you understand, right? Beautiful. It has everything to do with sovereignty. Our own oil, we determine the price, we determine who we sell to. That is just what it is. But let's move forward. The sanctions restrict Venezuela from freely selling its oil on global market. We'll understand why the United States is behaving like this. Don't worry, calm down. It restricts Venezuela from freely selling its oil on global market. It limits access to U.S. financial system. That one, let's put it aside. And punish companies or ships that help transport Venezuela crude. So no company will work with you, although the oil is yours. It's yours, but it's also ours. We are co-owners, kind of thing. You understand? You can't operate it. It's us. It's for you, but it's for us. Okay? You are seizing your team, but it's for us. We are seizing our own team. You don't understand. The whole thing is Confucius. Anyway, The US argue the sanctions are meant to force democratic reforms and punish corruption.
How the fuck does seizing an oil tanker forces democratic reform and human right abuses? Like, where do we see human? We saw the U.S. abusing their human rights. Like, we saw the U.S. bombing civilian ships. Is that not human right abuses? I see Venezuela bombing his own people. Insane work. I seen the U.S. got caught for trying to bribe the Madron. No, what's how I tanked the hell out of his name. Maduro's pilot. We seen that all on the news. Come on, man.
Corruption and human rights abuses. The people in Venezuela are not complaining about democratic or their system of governance. The people are not complaining about the corruption they are talking about. The people are not complaining that their rights are being abused. It's only those who are on the other side that are complaining on behalf of the people. Anyway, let's move from there. Now, under these sanctions, when you are being sanctioned by the United States and still you want to sell your oil, despite the sanction, then they will seize your, how do you call it, your oil tanker. They will take action against you, and part of those action is what they are taking against Venezuela. So it is a legal way of, let me not say something, but let me drop it in a way like this. I heard a story where in a country, the people, they drafted a legal reforms, to steal under a particular legal reform. So they will draft rules and regulation. So when the people are stealing, it is a legal way of stealing, but it will be reported as legal actions, not stealing. This is not what I'm talking about, though. It has nothing to do with the United States. This is a story I read in class 2, class 3, thereabout. You understand, right? Yeah, so I'm not talking about what is happening. I'm just telling you about a story ahead. Beautiful. Why this particular oil tanker? Because according to report, it's carrying 1.
Man, y'all see that? Y'all see that, man? I'm telling you, like, I knew they was crazy. Oh, y'all should look up. I just saw something about, I think it was Riz Prime Izza or Riz Izza or President Izza or whatever his name is. Excuse me. FBI, no, not FBI, CIA Project 2000s.
There was an advisor to President Jimmy Carter by the name of Zbigniew Brzezinski. Zbigniew Brzezinski said, quote, "In earlier times, it was easier to control 1 million people than to physically kill 1 million people. But in today's time, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than it is to control," end quote. Global 2000 was authorized under President Jimmy Carter. In Global 2000, it specifies how to use food as a weapon and how to use reproductive services as a weapon. If you go back to Dr. Henry Kissinger in 1974, who was the 32nd Secretary of State under President Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford, he specified, quote, "Depopulation should be the highest priority of U.S. foreign policy towards the third world," end quote. The goal is to remove 3 to 4 billion human beings from the planet. They have lost control of the masses. People are not stupid anymore. People don't just trust their government anymore. They don't just trust the science, which there's no such thing as the science. Science evolves, changes, and there are different scientists, which means there's no such thing as one science. It don't matter what color you are. If you choose to stand up against us and you don't fall in line, we have to get rid of you.
Yeah, search it up, find something, dig it.
8 million barrels of crude oil. The United States is facing a problem in regard to their SPR, in regards to their oil reserve. That is a fact. Let me get you those updates quick. This is latest data on US oil reserve and their SPR. The SPR simply stands for their strategic petroleum reserve, so SPR. Official data currently shows US proved crude oil reserve fell in 2023, down about 3.9% from 2022. Even while production increased, still they are declining. This means there is less economically accessible oil left underground than before. The US Strategic Petroleum Reserve, abbreviated the SPR, created for emergencies, has declined significantly over recent years due to releases used to stabilize the market. So they have released some to stabilize or to control price in the market. You understand? So because of that, their SPR has decreased. What else? Recent data shows US crude oil inventories, excluding the SPR, fell by around 1.8 million.
So excluding the SPR, Strategic Petroleum Reserve, right? Excluding that, they fell an additional 1.8 million barrels.
Barrels in early December 2025, keeping stocks significantly below seasonal averages. Now, is this making any sense to anybody? Look at the figure. The crude oil fell around 1.8 million barrels in early December 2025, just recently. And the news came out that the United States seized what? The tanker that the United States seized from Venezuela, the tanker was loaded with Venezuelan crude oil around 1.8 million barrels. Is anybody connecting anything right here?
I definitely connected the dots. It's just suspicious as fuck. But I already knew it. I guess it just give us the extra details, but I told y'all, man. It's crazy.
I be my eye, they pay me. This is recent data saying that crude oil inventories, excluding SPR, fell by around 1.8 million barrels. And the United States right now, and this thing happened just December, fresh news. And the United States went ahead and seized a tanker under legal rules and law enforcement, a tanker loaded with 1.8 million barrel Venezuelan crude oil. I hope you understand. Now, the United States is facing a problem. The United States is facing three major problems right now. The summary of the problem the United States is facing right now is three major problems. Number one, their reserves are falling. Number two, the SPR has been drawn down. Number three, growth in production is flattening. These things, somebody will say, oh, official survivor, you are fabricating things. Listen to this man. This is James Danley, U.S. Deputy Secretary of Energy. Listen to what he said. If I'm fabricating things, we will know.
The Strategic Petroleum Reserve has been depleted, and it is part of our job going forward to try to replenish it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were quite a lot of sales in the past. Yeah.
Speaking of policy.
Yes. Speaking of policies from previous eras, there quite a bit of it was depleted.
And how concerning is that to the administration?
I think it's a concern. I mean, this is something that the president was pretty clear he wanted to see replenished.
Yeah.
Right. The SPR is one of the important tools we have strategically in the United States, and having it available when necessary is a critical element of policy.
According to him, the SPR is depleting. And the United States is very concerned about that. And one of the greatest concerns for the United States and their president is that they want to see this replenish, and they are taking steps to get that done. Now let's look at how the United States replenishes its SPR. Instead of using this one, let me project this rather. The details are here. This is how the United States will replenish its SPR. They are going to use 4 major rules and regulations, or 4 major actions. Number one is by buying oil on the open market when price is deep. So they don't like buying things on high price. Wait, the price will go down, then they'll come and buy it. Everything, even including business, that's what they do. They like cheap things. That is the reason why when they come to dealing with Africans, our resources we have small. They want to take the bigger share. You understand? They like it cheap. Small money, then we take plenty. And then you get small. The same thing. So they will buy oil on the open market when the price is deep. Number two, using future contracts to lock in cheaper crude. So that is when government officials come in. When you have oil reserve, they come with some contract and you sign some agreement before you realize your oil is going, dollar is coming. The dollar, paper. Do you understand? So after securing the contract, your oil is gone. Number three, the third one is where Venezuela fell in. Number three, recovering oil through legal forfeiture, not legal theft, not legal piracy, not legal armed robbery. I hope you understand the message, yeah? Yeah, I know you guys are smart. Through legal forfeiture, it is not legal piracy. Through legal forfeiture from sanctioned or illegal shipments. This is where Venezuela came into the picture, because Venezuela oil is sanctioned. So this is part of a way of replenishing their SPR. When they sanction you and you want to violate the sanctions, they seize the oil tanker, seize the oil added to it. Legal way of, you remember the story I told you, right? Yeah, the United States there, forget though. These guys, I'm telling you. Truly, so what they are doing right now is that, as it is right now in the news, who is violating the rule? The United States of Venezuela. When you look at it, the United States going to hijack the oil tanker and seizing the oil together with the tanker is legal on global stage. But Venezuela trying to sell their own oil is illegal. Somebody shout, oh yeah. Somebody shout, power.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. Like, I didn't even know they were sanctioned. Remember, I thought he said, oh, they started working with Russia. They got sanctioned. That's insane. They can't ship their own oil now.
In the comment section.
This like a siege. This is like a siege in the modern day. Let's keep going. If y'all know what siege is like when you just surround a country or surround an area or land or a country, town, whatever, and then stop all resources from coming in. Run out of food, run out of all reserves, chaos, go in, you know.
It's funny, right? Your own oil, you want to sell it, is illegal. I come and then I hijack your tanker, I take it away, it's legal. The whole thing is confusing. The fourth one is encouraging domestic production, especially the shade oil. One thing is that the fourth one doesn't have so much effect. It's not that effective, okay? When it comes to production, the fourth one play a little role in production or in replenishing the SPR. But this one is the cheapest way to replenish it without the United States spending much, because the only thing you need is buy, what do they use for helicopter? Is it petrol, diesel, whatever they put in that thing? Buy it, put it inside, load the soldiers, go and hijack. Why? Because we are acting or we are enforcing law. So this is the easiest way and the cheapest way. But this is it. When you have strong military presence, this one cannot be used. Do you think the United States will go and attack, seize Russian oil tank? Chinese oil tank? No, answer me. Can they carry their helicopter flying? Would they even get there? They will spread them like mosquito repellent. Pew, pew. But Venezuela, I think, can be bullied because you understand, military presence wise, the United States is powerful. So it's just like my small boy, let me act on you kind of thing. So this is the detail of the whole conversation we are having right now. So they went in Rambo style, took helicopter, descended, and then seized the oil tanker together with the oil. Nobody can do nothing because this action by the United States, according to the detail we just showed right now on global stage, is legal. If this were something that happened in Yemen by the Houthis, I show you, right? These are the things we will be seeing in the news. Houthis attack. Houthis attack. Why is the thing not moving? Houthis attack Yemen on cargo, blah, blah, a whole lot of things. It will be attack. Piracy. These are the words they'll be using. Piracy, attack, robbery. But when it is the United States, that one, it is called seizing. It is not theft. It is seizing. Legal action. This world is not balanced. Anyway, opinions are different. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And